you are listening to
the Reccomendations podcast.
the Reccomendations podcast.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of your WrestleGeddon podcast. Of course, I'm your host, Chris the Heat Matthews, joined by your other host, the Tennessee Jesus, Carl Crossland. Carl, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Our buddy called and told me that he won a lottery for pledging for like the First and Fourth Amendment or something like that.
What? Huh.
Got $1 million from Elon Musk.
Yeah. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't die. Yeah, awesome stuff. Oh, what is this shit up here? Oh, it has been a long week. Winding down to probably the next couple days of stressing out over Triangle Terracon happening Sunday at the Armory, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That nice little plug in there. Tickets you can still get at triangleterracon.com. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast. So you guys come and check it out.
The second annual.
Second annual. Should be fun. It's a good time. All right. But let's get into it. As we always do, we'll kick it off here with the random band.
Gonna have myself.
Who the police on so random? For fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake, it's Eddie Money. Oh, man. Eddie Money, take me home tonight.
Yep.
Right.
I knew a few more songs than what I thought I knew.
Yeah, it's one of those guys. It's like, did he sing this or did someone else sing it?
Yeah.
So, what song did you go with?
I'll let you go first because
Okay.
I know I want it for mine. I'm like, oh, Chris is probably going to take it. So I picked up a backup. And it's one of those things where my backup may be better than my original picks. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I went with the gimme, and that's Take Me Home Tonight.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. So you did take mine. But I'm actually going to go with my backup because I kind of like my backup. Since I am the Tennessee Jesus, I'm going to come out to Walk on Water.
Awesome.
My original choice is gonna be Shaken,
Oh, nice.
but I'm glad I went with Walk on Water.
So that's a good pick.
Yeah.
All right. Who do we have for next week?
Another 80s band. We have I only know one song by them, I think. Cinderella. Not the princess, but the band.
Oh, man. This is one of those things, like, I know the band. I just cannot place any songs by them.
I thought ain't you the ones that sing that My Mom Coming Home or whatever? Or that not them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only song I know, I think.
I know I've probably heard a bunch of these songs. Because I had a guy that I worked with at Sears who was like big, like his genre of music was 80s
Was
hair
like
metal.
80s.
80s
Yeah.
hair metal. Any of these 80s hair metal bands like Cinderella, Rat, Poison, like all those, he was constantly
Def
listening
Leppard.
to. Yeah. So I'm sure I've heard some of these. All right. Well, I thought Mama I'm Coming Home was Ozzy or Black Sabbath.
Oh, I might be fucking wrong then.
They
I mean,
do
it
a
is.
Cinderella
It is Ozzy.
song called Coming Home.
You think about it, I think it is Ozzy.
I think that's Ozzy. Because the lyrics for They're Coming Home are completely different.
Well, I don't know any songs by them then.
All right. I guess we're getting in that Wayback Machine and listening to some Cinderella this week. Oh, awesome stuff. All right. I got nothing for In Your Housekeeping. No follow-up from last week. So we're just going to go ahead and just get into it with the instant
The
replay.
news? Oh, that's right.
Are you ready for some disappointing news coming out of WWE this week? One of the greatest ring announcers of the modern era, if not the greatest ring announcer of the modern era, Samantha Irving, is done with WWE.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people are blaming Ricochet.
So, see where she ends up. She said she's got some projects lined up. So I'm sure she'll end up somewhere. Like, she's an established vocalist. She's a flautist. Very proficient with the flute. Her appearance on America's Got Talent. So I'm sure she could do some big things. So maybe they get rid of Justin Roberts in AEW and replace him with Samantha Irving.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure wherever she goes, she'll be successful.
Yeah. I see they brought back Lillian Garcia.
Yep, Lillian's back full time as the Monday Night Raw ring announcer. I'm not mad at that. I'm glad that they brought back Lillian instead of like replacing with somebody new. At least they brought back a familiar face, a familiar voice. I like Lillian. I think she does a good job as a ring announcer. Obviously, Samantha had that, that stank that she put on people's introductions and stuff. I'm sure that we're gonna miss that quite a bit, but Lillian's got her own style and she does it well, and I'm excited to have her back. So.
Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the other disappointing news. But the price of WrestleMania tickets, you see that?
Oh my God,
not?
Yeah.
They're like $1,000 for like cheap seats for both nights.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. That's where those ticket apps like what's the like Cheap Tickets or something like that. I can't remember what the Game Time, StubHub, like those type of things come in handy, especially for last minute ticket sales, because I'm sure day of the show or maybe like hour before the show, you could probably get them for under 300 or under 400. So that's just insane, though. Like, I get it. Like WrestleMania pulls in big money, pulls in big crowds. Like people will pay $1,000 for those seats. Just
yeah, I know, but it's like it's a football stadium. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fucking crazy.
I mean, people pay like the front row seats for freaking Raw and SmackDown are over $1,000, and obviously people pay those every week. So just to be front
Yeah,
row
but
for taping.
that's looking front row, not like in the very, very back of the fucking football stadium.
That is true. That is true. At least it's not AEW pricing.
Yeah.
Oh, AEW probably
So,
like $2,000 for the cheap seats.
I saw a meme where it was like you have to enter the Rumble because you can't afford WrestleMania tickets.
A fair chance to go to WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, I only attempted to go to WrestleMania one time, and like the tickets like sold out before I even got a chance to buy.
Yeah. I mean, even with like WrestleMania weekend, there's still so much stuff that you can do like around the cities that WrestleMania is in. Think about usually you have like the Ring of Honor shows, you have GCW, of course NXT, which I'm sure tickets are as expensive for NXT as they are for WrestleMania. But there's always other wrestling related things to do if for some reason you can't get tickets to WrestleMania. And you can still hit up all like the fan access stuff and things like that. But the big part of it is going and actually being at WrestleMania to be there and all that stuff. So I get it, but I mean, you can still experience quite a bit without having to dish out $1,000 for WrestleMania seats. Let's go to the closest Buffalo Wild Wings and watch it.
Watch it.
Or sit in the parking lot and watch it on your phone.
I don't know. Fucking the price of wings at a bar now, it's like ridiculous.
Yeah.
Rather just do it at home, make my own wings.
Pretty much. Oh man! All right. Then the hits just keep coming this week with disappointing news. Jey Uso, main event Monday Night Raw, lost the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker regained with help from the Bloodline as they were ringside trying to cheer on Jey Uso. Apparently, Solo ended up eating a spear from Braun as he pushed Jey out of the way. Both Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa ate super kicks from Jey Uso. And I think Jacob Fatu got super kicked too. I'm not 100% sure on that one. But I know he super kicked the shit out of Jey Uso, which was what led to the finish of that match. Braun hitting the spear on Jey. Getting a 3. So this pretty much solidifies Jey joining Jimmy and Roman for Survivor Series. Getting some Bloodline.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Kind of pushes the story.
I will say, like, with how long this Bloodline storyline's been going, they've definitely found ways to keep you interested in it.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to keep it up. So, unlike the Judgment Day stuff, like it's like the whole thing with the Judgment Day mainly revolved like with Priest and Rhea, and like Rhea's like relationship with Dom and like Priest and Finn, and without that dynamic in the Judgment Day, it's like I don't really care a lot about the Judgment Day anymore.
There's like a few things they could do to save it, but I think their biggest mistakes is they put Rhea and Damien over like too much on the last couple of matches.
Now there's talk of splitting Carlito from the Judgment Day.
Could be.
I think the Judgment Day is just going to split anyway.
Yeah, I heard rumors too where some people are saying that they're going to put Dom versus Finn for number one contender. for the title.
I think they're Carlito approached Adam Pearce this week about Dominic Mysterio facing Gunther for the world title.
Yeah.
And Pearce just laughed his ass off about it.
Dude, if it was me and it was my company, I definitely would drop the belt to Dom. Have Dominic win that fucking belt.
Oh man.
You know how much heat that would get?
Oh yeah. That'd be like a step below David Arquette winning the WCW title.
No. It wouldn't be that. I don't think it'd be more of the line of like when Hogan joined the NWO and people throwing trash. It'd be more along that line because I don't think people don't hate Dominic because like he isn't good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just they just hate him because he's dominant. And I think it'd be a very surprising win.
Oh, that's right. Dominic's actually not facing Gunther. He's facing a former world champion.
Yeah.
That'd be like Damian Priest or something.
Yeah, it might be Damien, but I heard rumors that it could be Finn Balor.
Yeah. And they're doing you got the 6-man or not the 6-man. Triple threat tag team match on Raw for the number 1 contender for the tag team titles with the New Day, the LWO, and the War Raiders, which should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the other big things coming out of Raw too. The New Day picked up the win, obviously, going into that triple threat number 1 contenders match, with a little bit of help from R-Truth against the Final Testament, which brings us to something that you had brought up last week. The Final Testament and the Wyatt Six. The Wyatts attacked, took out the Final Testament, and as Bo Dallas went after the Miz, Ellering had pushed him out of the way, and he ate the mandible claw. So,
yeah,
I think that's our one of our other matches for Survivor Series: Miz in the New Testament versus the Wyatt Six.
I'm all for it.
That might even be the I guess maybe putting Scarlett in that match too, and with Nikki Cross. I don't think it'll be a War Games. Yeah, it's
no.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be a War Games match. So. Or they do 4-on-4 because you'd have Miz carrying across Authors of Pain against the 4 male members of the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. Oh, well, that's one of the big things.
A regular match.
What's that?
You could do more with it. So I would just do it as like a regular match. You could do more with it since you're probably going to have the Judgment Day and not Judgment Day, the Bloodline, like kind of Civil War and War Games or whatever. I would just do it as like a regular match, and then you can.
Yeah, I figure it's just going to be a regular 8-man tag match.
Or like a House of Horrors or something. Okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
Or what's that match with John Cena called? It was like
the Firefly Funhouse match or whatever it was.
Firefly Funhouse match or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We'll see what they do.
I mean, you don't have to go you don't have to go the whole 9 yards as like they did with John Cena or whatever, but
yeah, they could make it a little more gimmicky.
It's like a different. different like stipulation to where you can incorporate some of the gimmick into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like some giant ass hammers and stuff like that. Somebody gets hit with the Huskus puppet.
I have a buried alive match. I ain't had one of those in a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had a buried alive. Should totally do that. Awesome stuff.
Match.
Casket match would be good. All right, so that was a couple of the big things coming out of Raw this week. NXT, we had the build up for Halloween Havoc, which is going on Sunday night. We got the card for that right here. We've got NXT Women's North American Championship. Kalani Jordan will defend against either Fallon Henley, JC Jane, or Jasmine Nix. It was they spun the wheel and it was a spinner's choice match. So we'll figure out what the match is come Halloween Havoc. But Kalani Jordan will be facing one member of what the hell is her name? Fatal Intent or something like that.
Yeah, to me they kind of dropped the ball. They should have spent the wheel at Halloween Havoc.
Yeah. So we got that coming up. We got Andre Chase taking on Ridge Holland in an ambulance match. Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade versus Julia and Stephanie Vacure in a regular normal tag match. Tony D'Angelo defends the North American Championship against Obafemi in a tables, ladders, and scares match, which is, I'm sure, just a TLC match with some haunting stuff. And Trick Williams. Trick Williams defends the NXT Championship against Ethan Page in a Devil's Playground match.
Yeah.
Should be a great pay-per-view. Or, sorry, premium live event. Should be a great PLE. Trick and Ethan Page killed it the last PLE. I'm sure they'll kill it in this one. The Devil's Playground. I can see Trick winning this. I think we're going to get Ethan Page up onto the main roster. Or vice versa. Actually, we can go either way with this matchup. Because either one of them can end up coming up.
Pretty good. Yeah.
I think we'll see Ethan Page before we see Trick Williams on the main roster.
I'm hoping they have a really good set.
Oh, so
it's kind of missed old WCW Halloween Havoc
graveyard and everything.
Yeah,
where's this? Oh, so this will be at the Giant Center in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Cool.
Okay. So we should actually get a pretty decent set for this then. Hopefully. I think it's going to get pay-per-view. I'm excited for it. I'll watch it when I get home. Sunday nights. Let's talk some AEW this week. The biggest thing coming from Dynamite, Blackpool Combat Club, and them running roughshod over the AEW roster. So the show opens with Moxley cutting his promo in like a desert setting and then getting in the back of the truck. In the back of a truck, and they take off. So then they cut to an outside shot of the arena with all the baby faces that got beat down by BCC last week, standing outside the arena, waiting for Moxley and his crew to show up. So we're going through the show. They show another shot out there, them again. Still rolling through the show. We get to the main event. All of a sudden, the truck rolls up. The only person to get out of the truck was Marina Shafir. All the baby faces are standing outside, staring at Marina Shafir. while inside the rest of the BCC come in and beat down everybody in the ring and bring out Chuck Taylor and proceed to just destroy Chuck Taylor, who is retired from in-ring competition.
Mm-hmm.
So this whole thing is like, why are these guys standing outside when all this shit is going down on the inside? You're trying to tell me that Orange Cassidy is, the one that you're picking to lead Team AEW against Moxley and his crew, that they want Orange Cassidy to lead them when you have someone standing there like Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal? Like, I don't know. Like, where's all this other stuff going on? And why have we dropped the whole EVP thing with them supposed to be taking over? Now it's Moxley and his crew that are taking over AEW.
Or maybe it's just like a faction war, like
Could
like
be.
when you play WCW video games, and you have like Raven's Flock and NWO Wolfpack and NWO Black and White.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, because you're running with like this EVP angle, and like, I don't know if they were waiting for Omega to get cleared to come back or what they were doing with that, but it just kind of like disappeared. And now we have Moxley and his crew that are, doing this like invasion type, we're taking over type thing now.
Yeah, I mean, at least they've been like a little better with it. It's just they kind of dropped the ball with like all your baby faces being outside, and then, but I guess they didn't have a crowd, so of course you could just have everybody out there. Don't have to worry about it. But
yeah, and even on top of that too, like you had like the Dark Order outside, which. Okay, so they got beat down last week.
Yeah,
you got the Dark Order out there. You've got Private Party, I don't know why Private Party's out there, because they're dealing with the Elite. Oh,
yeah, that's the thing. Is like when you look at like having that faction, like, to me, like, yeah, you got some really good guys. Moxley's not my favorite wrestler, but he's good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. But there's just like on the AEW side of it, there's no Cody Rhodes, there's no Dustin Rhodes, there's no Stone Cold Steve Austin, there's no Sting, there's no Diamond Dallas Page. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Is Orange Cassidy gonna be that guy? You know what I mean? Like, is he that guy? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like, there's no like baby face hero that they have that can take that role of like, who's gonna be the guy that saved the company from the Blackpool Combat Club or the EVP? You know what I mean? Like, they don't have that guy.
The only one that I can see them putting in that position right now would be Darby. Like, that's like, if you had to pick someone, like, gun to your head, and you have to pick somebody as a fan to predict who's going to do this, I would say is Darby Allin. Like,
yeah,
dude is more over than Orange Cassidy.
Yeah,
and I just think he's got the larger fan base, and he's got more of those issues, especially with Mox, since he lost his title shot to Moxley, and that's the whole reason why they're in the position that they're in. Again, I can see Darby being the one to take the charge on that and going forward. I mean, that's no slight against, like the Jeff Jarrett's, the Jay Lethals, the Mark Briscoes. But Darby's got the largest.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Jarrett and them they're kind of old. So I'm saying, but you just kind of need that hero, and I mean, Darby would be the perfect person to do that. It's just, will they do that? That's the thing.
Yep.
You know, the world.
I
will
mean,
know.
I'm honestly thinking they're using
They need
this.
that guy.
Yeah, I think they're using this angle to kind of make a change to Orange Cassidy's character. Like, just
Yeah, it's to me, Orange Cassidy, like to me, wouldn't be the guy. You know what I mean? Like he wouldn't be my Diamond Dallas Page or my Sting or my
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like
Just,
he's not the guy to stand up.
Yeah, it's just the way that they're targeting. Like, you know, they targeted Chuck Taylor last week, which obviously, you know, Chuck Taylor and the Best Friends, Orange Cassidy, like it's all connected in that route there. So, well, I agree with you on this one. I just don't think Orange Cassidy is that guy. Like, I like Orange Cassidy. I'm a fan of Orange Cassidy, but he's not someone that I can rally behind to go up against, you know, Moxley and his crew. Like, I can get behind a Darby Allin because he's willing to do whatever he needs to do to get the job done. And I don't think Orange Cassidy's that character to do that.
Yeah, because he's just a guy that he kind of gimmicks himself out of that role. You know what I mean? He's just a guy with his hands in his pockets. Like, you know what I mean? He's not the American Dream. That's what they need. They need a Dusty Rhodes. Like if you're gonna have like a four horseman, you need that guy to fight against them. The common man.
Yep. And we would have had that with Hangman Page. Honestly, I think Hangman could have been the guy to take the charge on this if they didn't, you know, turn him into the heel psychopath character that he is. And now he's dealing with, you know, the Bang Bang Gang, and even Swerve. Swerve would have been a good one to pick for this role too, but we're doing, you know, Hurt Syndicate and, you know, Swerve. So
yeah,
I guess we will just see, unless, you know, there's some miracle Kenny Omega shows up. So that's the only other thing I can think of.
Yeah. I mean, you could, you know, put Kenny on like a face run and just have him, you know, handle the EVPs and the Full Combat Club.
Yeah. I don't think we're getting Danielson's definitely not coming back for this. So.
Yeah.
But that was probably like the biggest thing coming out of Dynamite. Adam Cole was on there again. He was going to do some story time with Adam Cole. We got interrupted by MJF. MJF basically said he's not stepping foot on a Dynamite or Collision or in an AEW ring until Full Gear. So we'll get Adam Cole and MJF at Full Gear.
Hey, at least they're sticking to the story.
Yeah, we did have a really good match though with Shelton Benjamin and Sammy Guevara. Great matchup.
Yeah.
Just kills me because, like, you and I know, we know how good Shelton Benjamin is, and we constantly praise Shelton Benjamin on the show week after week of how talented this guy is and what a missed opportunity WWE had with him numerous times. And he's just out here doing his thing and showing people why he's, you know, the standard.
Yeah. I mean, Sammy Guevara, I mean, he's one of those guys that, I mean, if it wasn't for his kind of his attitude, you know what I mean, he probably could have been the next big thing, but he just had you know, some character issues.
Awesome stuff there. So we're going into Dynamite this coming Wednesday. Obviously, the night before Halloween. This is the AEW Fright Night Dynamite. So far advertised for this is Swerve Strickland taking on Shelton Benjamin, Camille versus Chris Statlander, the Young Bucks defending the AEW tag titles against Private Party, and Adam Cole taking on Buddy Matthews. So pretty good lineup for the show. Like Shelton and Swerve is gonna freaking tear the roof off that place with the 150 people in attendance.
Harry Lashley show up.
That's what I'm thinking is going to end up happening. Is we'll see Lashley debut. He's the only one that's missing. So that's like the big stuff from Dynamite. TNA this week, we've got Bound for Glory, which is actually happening right now. Card for this is actually pretty solid. Oh, wow. Wikipedia is not updated with results yet. That's amazing. You've got the 20-person intergender Call Your Shot Gauntlet. Winner will receive a trophy and a contract they can invoke anytime within 1 year for a championship match of their choosing, basically Money in the Bank. You've got Ash by Elegance and Heather by Elegance. Not sure who this Heather by Elegance is, but we take it on Zaya Brookside and Brindley Reese. Nick Nemeth defends the TNA Championship against Joe Hendry. Kazarian is a special guest referee. Monsters Ball match for the TNA Digital Media Championship and the International Heavyweight Championship. PCO defends against Matt Cardona. Mike Santana takes on Moose. 3-way Full Metal Mayhem match for the TNA Tag Team Championships. Full Metal Mayhem is pretty much TNA's TLC match. You've got the System, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards defending against the Hardys and Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Jordan Grace defends the Knockouts title against Masha Slamovich. The TNA Knockouts Tag Team Champions Spitfire defend against Rosemary and Wendy Chu. How awesome would it be if Rosemary and Wendy Chu win the TNA tag titles and Wendy Chu shows up on NXT as one half of the Knockouts Tag Championship?
That'd be pretty cool.
I would enjoy that. I think it's awesome. Mike Bailey defends the X Division Championship against El Hijo del Vikingo. And Josh Alexander takes on Steve Macklin. Hell of a card for Bound for Glory tonight. They actually set a record for Bound for Glory as TNA's biggest or highest grossing pay-per-view of 2024 and their largest attendance, beating out Victory Road this year. So congrats to TNA. Cool. So big things popping, little things stopping.
So Joe Hendry and the Hardys were courtside for Pistons game.
Nice.
But yeah, man, they've been pretty decent for the last couple of years. Like, I think this partnership with NXT has helped them out a lot.
I believe so.
Still like to see Moose show up in the WWE ring. But
absolutely, I would love that.
We'll see how it goes. Yeah. Maybe he'll be Royal Rumble. Like they'll get
that'd be cool.
Moose or somebody. Yeah,
that would be awesome. I'll see
like in the
Moose and Obathemi.
In the men's Royal Rumble, like just throw like a TNA guy, that'd be pretty cool. Or one of the Hardys.
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, man, it should be pretty good. I might have to go back and find some of the matches.
Whoa. So Obviously, Motor City Machine Guns beat DIY, so they're number one contenders for the tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Bloodline comes out after the match, and they're pretty much taunting him, trying to goad him into getting the title shot now. And Nick Aldis is like, nah. He's like, I'm not going to let you defend the titles against a team that's not, 100% to go. They just finished the match. Alex Shelley basically says, fuck that. We're going. We want this match right now. We want those titles right now. So now we're getting a World Tag Team title match on SmackDown.
Oh, wow.
With GOD versus the Motor City Machine Guns. So if you are not watching SmackDown right now, you need to flip it over to SmackDown because you're about to witness two of probably the greatest tag teams in the last 10 years going at it in a WWE ring. Like two teams that had made their names outside of WWE meeting in a WWE ring. Freaking awesome.
You think like they did this at Crown Jewel or something. But yeah, man.
Yeah, you'd think so. But that's maybe they already have a stat card for Crown Jewel and they couldn't fit these guys on there.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. This is pretty exciting tonight. All right, so that is pretty much everything I've got for the instant replay this week. Let's go ahead and kick it over to my other favorite segments. Go here, go down here. The Elite. FT Collect and save 10% off all in-stock items. Good stuff there. And this week's Elite Figure of the Week is the Monday Night Wars Walmart exclusive Razor Ramon. I think this is like wave 4 from this set. So this is pretty cool. I happened to come across this at like an out of the way Walmart, and it was the only one that had the entire wave, which also includes a WCW version of Ultimate Warrior, 6, Lita, and Razor Ramon. And the Build-A-Figure in the set is actually an NWO Dusty Rhodes.
Oh, cool.
So pretty stoked for that. I just need to find the other 3 so I can build Dusty. Razor actually comes with Dusty's torso, which is pretty awesome. Put that out here. Excited for that. So here we go. Dusty's torso. This NWO shirt.
And go, yo, Chico, you want to step in the ring with the fat guy, Razor Ramon?
Now this is the first time on a Razor Ramon figure that I'm aware of, because I don't think any of the other ones have. I don't even think the Ultimate has this, but they actually did a soft good vest for him. Usually it's like a molded plastic. So it actually looks really good. No, this one doesn't. I think they actually went away. Some of the other head molds had the toothpick in his mouth, but this one does not.
I think like every time you go to like fucking like Chonies or something, Logan's Steakhouse or something, you get like a little toothpick, and you'd be like fucking walking outside like you're fucking Razor Ramon. Yo, Chico, you want to step in the ring with the black guy, Razor Ramon?
Oh, love Razor. This is the gear is from Monday Night Raw, December 18th, 1985. In a match against Yokozuna where he retained the Intercontinental Championship. This is while he was feuding with Gold Dust. So
yeah, he's probably one of the better Intercontinental champions of like the 90s.
I love the the ring gear on this one. It's not. It's a gear that we haven't gotten before, and it's literally just yellow with like purple razors and then like a purplish razor logo on the front, and then of course the bad guy logo on the back of the vest. So this is a great figure. It's like I saw it. It's like, do I really need another Razor Ramon? Like I've got like 4 or 5 of them now. So if you count the Scott Hall figures, I was like, yeah, I kind of do. That looks awesome. So,
Yeah.
awesome.
Scott Hall was one of those guys who's like the kind of like the epitome of like cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oozing machismo. Right. Roman and Jimmy hitting ringside to even things up here for Motor City Machine Guns. And we got Roman and Jacob Fatu going at it.
Ooh.
Jimmy and Solo. So, not bad. So even that up brought it down to 2 versus 2. Machine Guns versus GOD. Maybe Machine Guns are actually going to pick up the win here tonight.
I don't think so. But
I don't think so.
no. I think they'll probably lose, but it'd be good enough to like set up some kind of rematch or
Yeah.
something.
Unless Jay comes out the crowd and costs them the tag titles.
That could be possible too. That
Oh,
way, like, yeah.
The ref got sandwiched between Sabin and Tamatonga. So
The Rock comes out. If yes,
get some chairs.
But the Rock is cooking.
This has been a pretty good match so far. Oh, there's Jey Uso. Bam, he's out. Full like hoodie, face cover. Just took out Tonga Loa. I don't think the crowd realizes it's Jay yet because they're not eating. Another super kick. Tamatonga takes him out with a chair. Yep.
The ref still down.
There's a spear. Yep, rep still down. That is Jey Uso. There's the crowd. Yeet. Machine Gun setting them up for the finish. Jay got the ref up. It's Alex Shelley saving with the cover. 1, 2, 3. Machine Gun's new tag champs.
Damn. Just like that.
Just like
that.
Second week on TV. Second week on WWE TV, and they're tag champs. Bravo, Triple H. Great job.
And then it kind of, builds for, stuff in the future too.
Absolutely.
Let's get the tag team divisions rolling, man.
Damn straight. That was a great match too. Even with the Uso interference, it's a great matchup.
Yeah. You kind of build storylines both ways. So should be good, man.
Awesome stuff. All right, let's get into it. Back over here. No holds barred. Which, of course, is brought to you by the Triangle Terracon, which is happening Sunday, October 27th. That is this Sunday, 2 days away at the Durham Armory. Check it out, triangleterracon.com. Tickets are available now. $15. Kids 12 and under are free with adult admission. And you can also get tickets the day of the show at the door. Check that out. You got Addie Miller from The Walking Dead, the most iconic walker from that series. The first one you see on screen. Dante McClevey from 60 Days In, former professional wrestler, Mean Mark Ash, and screenwriter, poet, songwriter, pretty much does everything. Roland Jewett will be in attendance as well. We'll be doing a Q&A around like screenwriting and horror movies. Awesome stuff there. So definitely come check it out. 30 vendors, food trucks, cosplay contest with the Variant helping us out with that as well. If you're not if you don't know anything about the Variant, check them out at the-variant.com. Great for the cosplay community throughout the state of North Carolina. They do a lot of stuff in the Carolinas, especially down South Carolina too. These guys are awesome. Free cosplay photos with the option to buy the photo the day of the show, or you can wait a few weeks and get them online. But they'll have the watermark on there for the Variant. Awesome stuff there. So I'll be doing trivia throughout the day. Just come hang out. Piedmont Wildlife Center will be there with some animals, taking some pictures. You can meet an owl and some reptiles. Be a good time. So come check it out. Have some fun. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Carl, I figured since we are less than a week away from Halloween, being next Thursday, let's give the good WrestleGeddon podcast fans some horror movie recommendations they can watch.
I watched Deliverance on Netflix.
You watch Deliverance?
Not Deliverance, not I have seen Deliverance, but there's a Netflix scary movie called The Deliverance.
Okay.
It's it's a possession movie. And it was pretty good, pretty decently scary. And it kind of hints of like you think they're kind of going one way with it, and they kind of go another way with it. It was like you kind of like the mom's alcoholic, so you kind of think it's like following like the lines of like, oh, the mom's alcoholic, it's like her demon or whatever, but no, it's actually a actual demon. So yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. It's on Netflix. But we don't recommend like classics.
Anything, honestly. Whatever.
I mean, you have to see Halloween, like the original Halloween. Like I don't think there's no ands, buts about it.
Yeah, Halloween's great. The original. Awesome stuff.
Another classic, Poltergeist.
Poltergeist is good.
The Exorcist.
I do like The Exorcist. That was pretty good too. I would say the 2017 It and It Part 2 or Chapter 2. I think those are pretty good. Yeah, I haven't watched those yet. Those are great.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like stuff that doesn't usually get recommended. I've always been a fan of the Blair Witch Project. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it kind of.
I remember the hype with that movie and how everyone's like, all my friends like, oh, this movie's so scary. It's the scariest movie we've ever seen. Blah blah blah. And like one of my good friends at the time, his name was Steve. There was a group of us that went, and this was like the third time that he saw it. And he's like, yeah, it's so scary. It's really good. So I was like, all right. So first time going to see it at the theater, I was sitting there watching it, and we get through the whole thing. And I'm like, this movie sucked. People are just looking at me like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I liked it. It was not everybody's cup of tea. To me, it was like it kind of, brought about that kind of like found footage, and it's kind of like a pre like the shit. What was the other movie that everybody was scared to death of? That was like the surveillance camera. They had like 10 movies.
The only other one I
Paranormal
can think of
Activity.
Paranormal Activity, yeah. That one
Paranormal.
was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Cloverfield was another one of those found footage movies that wasn't actually bad.
Yeah. The first Paranormal Activity was pretty good. Second one was okay. Kind of got ridiculous after a while. With like a lot of scary movies.
I thought Paranormal Activity was a lot scarier than the Blair Witch Project.
Another like series that doesn't fall off too bad as like the Conjuring series, like the Conjuring, Annabelle, the Nun, that whole cinematic universe is pretty good. Like any of those movies are pretty good.
Another good one too. Came out in 2012. Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods is good.
So much. Like, it's such an underrated movie. Like, if you haven't really seen it, because I don't really hear a lot of people talking about the Cabin in the Woods, but it's one of those things. Like, it starts off like exactly how you think how a horror movie would start, and then as the movie goes on, and then you get thrown for these different directions with different things, and it's like, okay, so that's why this is happening, and that's why this happens, and all this other stuff, and it really plays up the tropes of like the classic like horror movie. So, it was just awesome. It's such a great movie.
Yeah. Speaking of cabins in the wood, Evil Dead.
Yeah, Evil Dead. That's my franchise right there. Evil Dead and Nightmare on Elm Street are the two of my biggest like horror movie loves. But Evil Dead's awesome. Even though Evil Dead 2 is is Evil Dead with a bigger budget.
Yeah. The original Scream is pretty good. The Shining is always good. I like watching it.
Shining's a good one. The Scream movies, especially that first one, kind of reinvigorated like the slasher genre. Because like you had Scream, and then you had like I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then Urban Legend, and like a few of those other ones right in that same category that all came around within that same like 5-year time span.
Yeah. The Haunting, I like that one. It was pretty good. Where they were at the big house. Some of the M. Night Shyamalan stuff, like the Sixth Sense and
Sixth Sense is good.
The Others. I don't know if you've seen that one. That's pretty good. The Others is like with Nicole Kidman, and it's one of those things where if people haven't seen it, I don't want to give the movie away because it's an M. Night Shyamalan movie, because you only can watch it once. But it has Nicole Kidman in it. Her and her family is getting haunted, and it's pretty good. It has a pretty cool twist to it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Definitely one to stay away from. The Village.
It was all right.
It wasn't the best. It was all right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I had another one on tip of telling you about 13 Ghosts.
I wasn't a big 13 Ghosts fan, but like around that area of time, a movie that's kind of slept on is a movie called White Noise.
Oh, White Noise was so
I don't know.
good. White Noise was great. Sequel, not so much. The first one, really good. Mirrors.
Yeah.
Mirrors was good. It had Amy Smart.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great movie.
Stigmata. I don't know if you've ever seen that. It's pretty good.
Stigmata was good. You want a good anthology movie? Tales from the Hood. That was good.
That's a really good. That's one that's kind of slept on.
Another one that doesn't get talked about that much either is Snoop Dogg's Bones. Was pretty good too.
Bones is pretty good.
Love that one. So that's a pretty decent list of horror movies you guys should check out. Got some good classics in there, some good modern stuff. So pretty much running the gamut on all that. If you want a really good B movie to watch, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Or even terrible horror movie, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Or Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Stephen King, like, of course, like he doesn't approve of The Shining, but that Pet Cemetery.
They have a new Salem's Lot series on Max right now. I need to check out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maximum Overdrive. I don't know if you remember that.
It's very, very underrated movie.
It wasn't until like I became an adult and I watched it not too long ago that I realized that it was based in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah. The original Green Goblin head is on its last tour around the country, different conventions and stuff. The Carolina Fear Fest was one of the last stops. I think it had like a few more that they were doing this year, but they had the Green Goblin head from the movie there.
Yeah. But yeah, any movie kind of based off a Stephen King novel usually is decent. Yeah.
Majority of them. Some of them were kind of out there, like the Langoliers, that mini-series for that one. Tommy Knockers is pretty good. I like that one.
I watched The Stand like a long time ago. I can't remember if I liked it or not. I was like a kid when I watched it.
Yeah.
But it was like 5 or 6 movies.
Yeah, that was a long. Remember back those mini series? It was always such a good time.
Yeah.
Always something cool to watch. And they're always like Stephen King based like mini series too.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, I don't have anything else for No Holds Barred. You got anything else you want to throw in there?
I mean, you got the Yankees and the Dodgers in the World Series. I'm not a fan of either team, but you know, a lot of people go back to the days like when the Dodgers were, you know, in Brooklyn. Yeah, they're a little bit of nostalgia for people, but Yeah, I mean, I guess I would pull for the Dodgers, but like I don't like either team. I think game 1 starts tonight. NBA just started back up. College football. The Vanderbilt Commodores, my team. They're playing Texas this week, so they upset Alabama. It'd be nice to see them upset Texas too. I guess like our first time playing them that I know of. So we'll see.
I don't know who did this review.
Of our podcast.
No, it's the new Mattel creation Dudley Boys figures. The ECW base
Okay.
ones. Share the screen here. I was kind of just scrolling through different stuff on the internet, and I see this picture, and this is the main picture they had posted for the review.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it's the Dudleys giving Jeff Hardy the 3D, but can you see what's wrong with that picture?
They have them backwards.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell, man? Like, if you're gonna do the review and you're gonna put figure photography in there, at least do it right. Or don't do it at all.
Maybe they couldn't put the Hardys in there or something.
I don't know.
So they posted it around or something.
Very.
You need a Mae Young
type.
figure.
Actually, there is a Mae Young figure, actually.
Put it in the thing of them doing a Dazzle Dick Crap Mae Young through the table.
It's off the stage through the table. Oh, awesome stuff there. Well, I guess that's going to pretty much wrap things up for us this week. So we appreciate you guys checking us out. Normally we would do local talent, of course, which would be like wrestling events coming up around the country, or not around the country, around the state. But I've been so consumed this week with last minute stuff for Triangle Terracom that I did not get a chance to look up anything wrestling wise coming up in the area. So my apologies.
I mean, most of our listeners
next week.
Most of our listeners are not in state. I was about to say most of our listeners are not in state anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. So, most of them are in another country. So.
The people in Ireland are like, "Oh yeah, we're wrestling."
Oh, awesome stuff. All right. Like, subscribe, follow. If you're watching us live on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell down there in the corner to get alerts as when new videos come up or we go live. Pretty much live. It's about the same time every week, around 9 o'clock. We're here. You're here. It's a good time. Facebook, like and share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And you can find us on X. Pretty much everything is WrestleGeddon Pod. 1D or 2Ds, just type in WrestleGeddon and everything comes up. Check out redbubble.com/people/WrestleGeddon Pod. Buy some WrestleGeddon merchandise. Pull back up the internet browser. Check. I don't think there are any deals going on with Redbubble. I did not receive any text notifications. But they actually have 25% off the entire website. So go get yourself a shirt. Pay 25% off. Cannot beat that. Stickers, all that good stuff. Hoodies, shower curtains. Who doesn't want to shower with the WrestleGeddon podcast?
Oh yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you guys for checking us out. This is episode 257. I'm Chris the Heat Matthew. He's the Tennessee Jesus Carl Carlson. And we'll chat with you all next week. Later, Marks.
Later.